Um, so tonight's wisdom is a beautiful topic of responsibility. And it's one word, but it is much needed in this world. So when we speak of the whole week has been so interesting as it unveiled and the subject just landed. And to understand responsibility, we must understand what is irresponsibility. Now, responsibility is, let's say, irresponsibility is karma, because there is cause and effect. And responsibility is dharma. You are doing it as the dharmic order, as per the universal order. You're not just, manana all the time. So that's what we are really looking at, the difference between the two. So currently you can see like the war, the killing and all that is escalating, and bad behavior, selfishness, anger, hatred, fear control, suppression, destroying nature, destroying relationships. There is fear and lack of love, conformity, chaos, ignorance, all immoral one is as well. And it all arises from irresponsibility. So it all begins from childhood, really, as you grow. So how something so simple, so simple, becomes so complex and make it, there's so much effort in it as well, to, and why, it is so unnecessary. That's what I have to say, because my life, I have experienced what it's like in the irresponsibility stage and in the responsibility, and you can feel the suffocation in the irresponsibility. So this subject was gaining momentum day by day to reveal, as Friday arrived, and of course I had to address it. So right this morning, it completely was right on my face. At 6:30 a.m., I go to the park to feed my crows, to look at nature, and what do I step on as I enter? Was someone was so irresponsible, celebrating last night, of course, with, I would say, exquisite ghettos, because the brand name was there, not costing less than 120 pounds. So there with all the folks, which can be recycled and reused, but of course it wasn't in this case. And the whole mess was left behind. And you kind of think, okay, you can celebrate, but is this celebration as well, leaving the mess behind? So it's total ignorance, when you come into the park and then you leave the park in a mess. So it was total irresponsibility here. And, this is male and female involved in this. So of course, I ended up clearing the mess. There were many people walking past, on their daily walks in the morning, but everyone saw, but chose to ignore. And yes, why choose to ignore? Because they can't be bothered. So is this what we are going to do? No, it's time we face it. We really face it, because if we can do that action for them, and then they see, oh my God, someone has done this, then hopefully they will learn from that, because the ignorant is darkness, and the light has to come to take away that darkness, right? So by staying silent and not doing anything, we can be just as ignorant. So it's time we voice louder, what we feel is not right, right? So responsibility is our total and absolute commitment, and commitment to, for the best behavior. To, we will be challenged, we will be feeling what it's like to, stand up for this. Of course, Our relationships will be challenged too in this, and communication and cooperation without image. Image means why do I say image? Image means ego. And we don't really want to bring ego into it, because ego means separation, ego means discrimination. So this responsibility is without image. And when we do it without image, the best beauty, the goodness, the behavior and action comes into play magnificently. And, what is the duty of parents? This is just part of responsibility, because responsibility is in many areas, not just this area. But for a parent, what is the responsibility? Not just producing children, but you have to think, that I'm not here to produce 9, 10 children and then just leave them loose and let them play havoc. No, you want to have the right number of children as per your whatever status, and your job, whatever, and give them the best, not just for a short time, but till they come to their university education, till they are stable and standing up for themselves. So it's your duty, it's our duty as well to help, and for better tomorrow, and so that they're settled in a good job and in a happy sort of environment, not being pressurized and stressed in their jobs, with good ethics, earning with good ethics. So what's good and what's bad, we must know now. We are not, we are intelligent human beings, and we must know what's good, what's bad. So we have the freedom to choose, and not to follow certain institutions, and, where people are suppressed. We don't want that. And we must know what's bad for us, like, some of the places which were staying open till 4 a.m. Now the body needs rest between good 11 o'clock till 4, 5 o'clock. But if we're going to drink till the early morning hours and show up to work, what kind of toxicity we are carrying? There is no awareness even to give 100% at work. So is this, now we have to think deep, that we don't need that kind of society. So the drinking and drugs and casual sex and dirty money and unhealthy toxic relationships, verbal physical abuse. It's time we stand up and face that. I want to be responsible to self. Self means the inside, the supreme consciousness that is living in this body till the time I die. Is this the environment I want to create inside? No, I want to be totally responsible, to be clean within myself, to act in the righteous way, in the dharmic way, and follow, the universal law, and be that light that will shine on the darkest beings. So total responsibility in full awareness, 100% listening, full insight, and alertness to respond without division, meaning identity, no status, no nationality, religion, me, you, and all that stuff. And just come to that oneness and flow in that simplicity of that effortlessness, and breathe the fullness of peace and the truth, the light, that unity. And when every person is responsible on this planet, it's like a necklace. Every pearl will be bound to make that necklace, and automatically grace will flow on earth. And like they say, Statue of Liberty, alongside we need Statue of Responsibilities to remind us that we are pure consciousness, traveling through this earth, not to litter and be irresponsible, but to be responsible and committed 100%, and, bring the best into the next generation. So there was a lot to absorb in this little clip, and I hope you enjoy and digest and transform and light many areas. around you. So here we end. Thank you and namaste.